I just want to say a big thank you to my fans. I want to say a big thank you to Nigeria, a big thank you to Africa. God bless you, man. And I just want to say I'm so happy and proud of Nigerian entertainment industry. We've done so well. And I just want to thank the legends over here, Two-Face and DJ Jimmy Jet. They've been supporting the whole African music industry. They've taken it from here to here. And we, the young ones, are now reaching for our goals and reaching for greater heights. So I just want to say a big thank you to every legend in the house today. God will continue to bless you and bless your family. One love.
He is a star in every definition of the word. He represents Africa in the entertainment industry and has been at the top for several years now. He was born in Lagos, Africa's most creative and most populous city. He goes by the stage name Wizkid, but at birth, he was christened Ayodeji Ibrahim Balogun. This is one son in whom Nigerians are well pleased to have as their own, and in whom the continent of Africa and lovers of music across the globe have celebrated for his originality in the combination of words and sounds for the entertainment of the soul. In this edition of Back in History, we tell the story of the rise and rise of the music ambassador Ayodeji Ibrahim Balogun, popularly known as Wizkid. In a recent conversation with Uplift X, Wizkid stated thus, unquote, "I was the first young artist to ever blow up on the scenes, so my parents never believed that there was a chance in that," end of quote. What he simply meant was that he was the first young artist to hit stardom in the entire stretch of Nigeria's entertainment history. In truth, Wizkid rose to stardom quite early in his career. He has grown remarkably over the years and has gained popularity across Nigeria, Africa, and the world. He has consistently made money from his music labels and from shows which are usually attended by thousands of people in whatever part of the world the shows are held. Wizkid is today one of the richest musicians in Nigeria, if not the richest. He was born on July 16, 1990. He wasn't born in the highbrow areas of Lagos like Ikoyi, Victoria Island, and Ikeja. He was born in Ojuelegba, in Surulere. He was born in the suburb area. Perhaps in memory of the days of his humble beginning, Wizkid released an album titled Ojuelegba. In the album, Wizkid is seen reminding the world of his story and thanking his creator for where he has brought him so far. As a little boy, Wizkid was enrolled in elementary school and in secondary school by his parents. He attended the Ijebu-Ode Grammar School. He could not climb the academic ladder sequentially as his contemporaries did. The reason for this was not because he was not an intelligent word. It was simply because Wizkid plunged into music very early in his life. Some sources say that he started singing at the age of 12. Almost immediately he went into music, Wizkid became an instant hit. He thus had to put a hold to his educational pursuits, ostensibly to dedicate more time to his music. Wizkid would later return to school twice, but twice he voluntarily dropped out. He first enrolled in Lagos State University, LASU, and later dropped out. He later enrolled in Lead City University and also dropped out after completing 2 sessions. Time is obviously the only challenge he has. Wizkid speaks intelligently and also curates his music with so much intelligence.
Yeah, definitely that. I'm not even gonna lie, I feel like my dad was one of the first person, was actually the first person that made me actually fall in love with clothes. I actually never said this on camera anywhere before, but I remember my dad, he has one tailor that's been making his stuff for years. Like my dad just comes through, you know, swagging and stuff, and I remember, I can't check this man out, like, you know, so definitely from looking at my father from young, that made me definitely want to get, like, you know,
jiggy every time, look fresh. When next we shoot, I'm gonna bring 2 pictures of my dad that's in my studio. When you see the pictures, I'll ask you guys, you tell me if he doesn't look like a king. Like,
Wizkid grew up in a large household. He grew up in a family of 12 female siblings in Lagos State, Nigeria. His father is Muslim, and as an adherent of the Islamic faith, he exercised his liberty to marry more than one wife and is thus the father of many children. Wizkid is his youngest child. Wizkid's mother, now late, was a Christian. She introduced him to Christianity, and Wizkid sang in the choir of his local church. Together with 4 young persons in his church, Wizkid formed a group known as the Glorious Five. Wizkid later went solo and has remained so till date, and only does occasional collabo with other music artists. In 2009, Wizkid signed a label deal with Banky W's Empire Mates Entertainment. Here he released his first studio album, Superstar. That was in 2011. The album was an instant hit, and Wizkid's name traveled through the waves. In 2014, Wizkid made a second studio release titled Ayo. Ayo was also an instant hit within and outside Nigeria. Upon the expiration of his contract with Banky W's music company, Wizkid did not renew the contract. In 2016, Wizkid did a collabo with the international artist Drake. The collabo produced the song titled One Dance. The song gained tremendous global popularity and reached number 1 in the US Billboard Hot 100 and topped the charts in 14 other countries. The song also broke multiple records, making Wizkid the first Afrobeats artist to appear in the Guinness World Records. He also released Made in Lagos. This was well received in Lagos, where Wizkid resides, and across all corners of the world. Made in Lagos also fetched him huge sums of money in royalty. Made in Lagos also reached number 1 in the Billboard World Album Charts. The album includes the single Essence, featuring another world-acclaimed music artist, Thames. Later, there was a remix of it by Justin Bieber. In November 2022, Wizkid released his 5th album titled More Love, Less Ego. The album also enjoyed tremendous appreciation from around the world, and Wizkid's popularity had grown exponentially across the horizons. His bank accounts were also receiving huge revenues from all such music platforms that the songs were streamed. Recently, Spotify celebrated 10 years of back-to-back streaming of Wizkid's albums on their platform. In March 2017, Wizkid signed a multi-album deal with RCA Records. This was a remarkable signing by him. Later that year, Wizkid released another album titled Sounds from the Other Side. The album was supported by 5 singles, including the popular one Come Closer, featuring the American music star Drake. In 2018, Wizkid was featured on the song Checklist by Normani and Calvin Harris. The song was well received and played across the horizon and streamed all over America and Nigeria. The song went on to reach number 1 on the Billboard World Digital Song Sales charts. In 2019, Wizkid was featured in Beyoncé's project The Lion King with the single Brown Skin Girl, which also reached number 1 on the World Digital Song Sales charts. This won Wizkid a Grammy Award for Best Music Video. At this time, Wizkid had grown big in popularity and fame. He received appreciation from lovers of music from across the world. He traveled widely and performed at shows, most of which were filled to capacity. In October 2020, Wizkid released his next album titled Made in Lagos. This was another successful release from Wizkid. It was widely streamed and downloaded across the world, and in return, more money poured into the bank account of Wizkid. Wizkid is still up and doing, and in most of his videos seen on his Facebook page and other social media platforms, Wizkid is mostly seen in the studio playing with music instruments with a number of his crew members, an indication that Wizkid is still cooking more and more albums in his music kitchen and temple. With age still on his side, the sky remains his limit, with a future so bright and beautiful for more successes in his music career. Wizkid watched carefully and learned from several persons in the industry, which enabled him to launch himself majestically into the orbits with a bang. He made himself available to learn the ropes of the music enterprise. First, he formed a group with 4 of his church members, and together they learned from each other. The next thing he did was to make himself available for the tutelage of OJB Jezreel, a popular record producer in the city of Lagos. As one of his ways of making Wizkid to first embark on self-development and avoid early distractions in his budding career, OJB prevented Wizkid from recording for a year. At this time, OJB had already made a name in the music industry and had recorded many big names in the Nigerian music scene. One of such names was Two-Face Idibia. Here in OJB's Point Beat Studios, Wizkid came in contact face-to-face with Two-Face and watched him record his songs. In particular, Wizkid remembers watching him record one of his hit albums, Grass to Grace. Being in the studio and watching how songs are produced by veterans in the industry added inspiration to the already inspired soul of Wizkid. Still in OJB's studio, Wizkid watched Sound Sultan live during the recording of Sultan's album, Jagban Jantis. Wizkid has also mentioned publicly that the other stars that mentored and coached him as an upcoming artist were Neto C, Ikechukwu, and MI. Wizkid has also stated publicly that his father and mother inspired him in a lot of ways. He describes them as people with tremendous respect for family and love. He stated that his late mother had lived in peace, harmony, and love with his father until her passing. He narrated how his father exhibited religious tolerance in his large family and could allow members of the family to attend either the Christian church with his mother or follow him as the father to the mosque. His father is Muslim while his mother was a Christian. As a Muslim, his father married more than one wife and has had several children. Wizkid has stated how influential his late mother was in his life and has severally stated how she encouraged him in his career as a music artist. Wizkid was physically broken at the death of his mother and was seen calling into himself at her funeral. His mother was indeed a heroine, an inspiration, a role model, and a prayer warrior for him. She was there for him all the way. She died in London on August 18, 2023 and was flown back to Nigeria for Christian wake-keep and funeral.
Wizkid has won countless awards in the course of his career. At the 64th Annual Grammy Award held in November 2021, his album Made in Lagos featuring the song Essence was nominated for the Grammy Award. Later on, he won the Grammy with the song Brown Skin Girl, where he featured with Beyonce.
He was celebrated everywhere. He also won 2 Soul Train Music Awards. He later won the NAACP Image Award and also won the BET Award. Over the years, he has signed endorsement deals with multinational companies including Pepsi, Guinness, MTN, Globacom, RCA Records, a subsidiary of Sony Music, and many more. He has also won Mobile Award, iHeartRadio Music Award, MTV Video Music Award, and many more other awards. He remains till date one of Africa's most decorated young artists of all times. Wizkid is the founder of Starboy Entertainment and has groomed and signed a number of upcoming artists to the label. Wizkid also has his personal life story. At the time of the making of this video, Wizkid has 4 children with 3 different women. The children were born in 2011, 2016, 2017, and 2022 respectively. It is not known to the public if Wizkid has officially gotten married to any of the three mothers of his children or to anyone else. Wizkid has however spoken publicly of his love for family. He is a homely person who loves to play with his children and his family generally whenever he is at home with them. Wizkid has also been caught in some feuds in the course of his career. He got engulfed in battles on Twitter with a number of artists including his former boss Banky W, his good friend and brother Davido, and his former label mate Skells. He also fell out with popular Nigerian blogger Linda Ikeji. Wizkid attracts love and admiration from fans from across the world. Lots of people love him for his simplicity. At his best moments, Wizkid is full of smiles with people all around him. He is a lover of exotic vehicles. He is said to own a private jet worth $40 million. He lives in luxury in Lagos State, Nigeria. He is young, full of energy, and still has so much to offer to the entertainment industry in Nigeria, Africa, and the world. Thanks so much for watching this edition of Back in History, and do remember to subscribe to this channel or follow the page for regular notification on every new video. I remain your friend and host Ekemini Udim, wishing you the best of time in all that you do.